Education series number 8, all about bones, and your guide to the organs that put osteo in our name. So bones are semi-rigid, porous, mineralized organs consisting of cells in a hard matrix that form part of the endoskeleton of vertebrates, such as us humans. Bones are fascinating structures though, and they're so much more than just structure and support. And there are actually 7 key purposes or functions of bones within the human body. And so while most of the bones in the human body perform all of these functions to one degree or another, some are more specialized to particular functions. So for example, the long bones of the body tend to be more metabolically active than the flat bones. But function number 1 is to provide protection for your internal organs. So we know that the skull protects the brain, and of course the rib cage protects the heart and lungs. Function number 2 is to provide frame and shape, and so that's that structure and support I think that we all associate bones with. Function number 3 is our bone or our skeleton actually enables our movement. So all of our ligaments, tendons, muscles, and our joint structures are interconnected with our bone tissue to allow full movement of the human body in a 360-degree plane. Function number 4, our bone tissue actually acts as a mineral reserve. So our bones will store calcium, phosphorus, and other minerals critical to the functions of the body. And our bone tissue will actually absorb these minerals to decrease their concentration in the blood, or release these minerals to increase their concentration in the blood based on biological demand. Function number 5, our bone tissue actually produces our blood cells. So primarily the long bones of our body, but to a certain extent the flat bones as well, have bone marrow. And bone marrow is home to the stem cells that create white blood cells and red blood cells. So there's an entire field of study actually called Osteo Immunology, because we know that osteoblasts, or our bone building cells, actually regulate those stem cell production to produce baby blood cells, whether it's baby red blood cells or baby white blood cells. And then our osteoclasts, the bones or the cells that break down bone tissue, actually will decrease the signaling of those stem cells to the osteoblasts, but too much activity in our osteoclasts will also increase inflammation, which will dampen the immune system as well. Function number 6, our bone cells actually have a part of hormone regulation in the body, and it plays an important role in controlling sugar metabolism, energy balance, and weight through the hormone osteocalcin. And osteocalcin is actually produced by our osteoblasts, our bone building cells, during bone formation. And finally, function number 7, our bone tissue actually helps to detoxify the body. So bone tissue will actually remove heavy metals and other foreign elements from the blood, and thus reduce their effects on nerves and other tissues in the human body.